For me, I think what a man can get in Christ is rest. I feel like a lot of men still resonate with what God spoke to Adam, where he said, from the sweat of your brow, you will have to work. And when Christ came and died and resurrected, he gave us a new covenant. He said, all who are weary and heavy burdened, come to me and I will give you rest. And I think for us, the reason that a lot of us men don't receive that, especially me, it was harder to receive that when I became a husband and a father.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to go to God with a child, like as a child, like as a son, you know, because I'm like, I'm a man. I got my own responsibilities. I'm taking care of my wife. I'm taking care of my son. I can't come to you in that way. And I think a lot of times that's where we miss what we can get from him, from that, like what Matt was saying earlier, like the Abba, that version of him. And I think it starts with knowing who we are. Like when God describes us, he describes us, he says he's the shepherd and we're his sheep. He wasn't speaking to the women or the children, he was speaking to everybody. And sheep are gentle, they need guidance, they need somebody to show them the way. And I believe as men, sometimes we don't think we fall into that category. And I know when it comes to faith, I know a lot of times when we're talking about like the childlike attributes is, oh, we need childlike faith. But I think we need childlike vulnerability, we need childlike, another word like is to feel safe. A lot of children in healthy homes feel safe around their parents. They feel like they can talk to them about anything. And I think we need those attributes when it comes to talking to God. And I think a lot of men in the world, they don't feel safe. They don't feel safe sometimes in their marriages. If Christ is at the center, they aren't vulnerable with their wives a lot of times because sometimes it could be a toxic environment. It might be used as ammunition. They might not feel safe at their workplace. They might not feel safe even with their own thoughts a lot of times. You see a high suicide rate with a lot of men because they don't feel safe to even express what's going on internally with them. So I believe a lot of men would come to Christ if they knew the rest that it comes with. You know, God is the Prince of Peace. You're not receiving like an emotion, you're receiving a person.
Yeah.
And I believe when you receive Christ, it all goes back to your identity. Once you get your identity in Christ, I think everything else is kind of like, it comes with it.
Yeah.
So.
We're not going to skip that, what you just said. You're not receiving an emotion. You're receiving a person.
Yeah.
That's going on Facebook
That
tonight.
was
Okay.